The last thing we built for this car was the quarter wave resonator, which helped, didn't completely fix it, still had some drones, still didn't sound exactly the way I wanted. Twin loop mufflers are something we've built a lot in the past and had really good luck with them. They definitely reduce drone. So we're gonna make some custom twin loop titanium mufflers from scratch. These are the perforated cores, and again, this is all titanium. This is what makes Taycan so cool. Not only to sell the mufflers, they sell the parts to make the muffler. This is what I'm going to use for end caps. The problem is this is a single in, single out. I need dual in, dual out. This is the oval material right here. 2 12s or 2 11s, I don't know yet. They said, hey, do you want to try some? I was absolutely. I want to put this on here and cut it a little bit larger, and then I'm going to try and use our swedger and put a swedge all around the outside. I'm hoping by putting a swedge on there, it'll stiffen it up. Let's try it. The reason I cut these slightly larger is when you swedge it, it's actually gonna take up material. Each sheet is enough to make 4 end caps, but I knew I'd have to do a little experimenting, so I've cut this one slightly rough just so I can swedge it. So this swedger right here, my dad gave me, he was actually given it when he first started his apprenticeship, and then gave it to me about 20 years ago. So it's over 100 years old. It was made in England. We use this for bead rolling L pipes. It's still fantastic. It's of course a mechanical, not electric, but it does so many different things. So let's give this a shot and see if it's going to do what I need it to do. The idea is to try and put a little bit more stiffener in it and keep it flat. It's definitely stiffer because of having that swedge in there, but of course it's got banana shape. It's going to look like crap. This is an end plate that is pressed. You can see by the lines right here, it's actually put over a shape and just basically formed. But because of that, it's nice and rigid, and it's going to look like a nice finished piece. So if we take this over here, if you look at Taycan mufflers, this is what they look like. This is put inside there. It has about this much overlap, and then you can put a real pretty weld on there, and this keeps its shape. That's what I'm thinking. That looks pretty even. Once I got a basic visual, then I can measure it and do it right. So that's my marks right there. We're not using pie cuts on this one just because we don't want the extra welding practice. 90-degree bend requires 5 welds, so that's a lot of extra welding we don't really need to do. The tubes are placed evenly in the cans. I'm hoping that each core has effective area around it to do its job and help reduce some of that tone. I went out on a limb and said XL because I think we're both about the same size.
Same hand?
Yeah.
Got that nice green suede.
We can always get that shampooed if they get dirty.
Yeah.
And we'll treat this, put some treat on there.
A little green on the inside of the fingers there too.
The extra large fits me quite well. I could almost go with a large and make them tighter, but then of course when you're gripping the torch like this, your hand gets fatigued just because you're squeezing fabric.
To the bottom of the bottle, I've been drowning, I've been floating away.
So here's one muffler complete. As you see, the pipe passes through the muffler twice. This is why they call it a twin loop. Part of the technology is basically canceling out the same frequency by being a 180-degree wave. And then the other technology is essentially passes through the muffler twice, so it does twice the muffling capability. It is a straight through 2-inch, so there's no restriction, there's no louvers, nothing to disrupt the flow. When it's done, of course, we are going to dyno this just to make sure the exhaust is as effective as the first one that we built. This smaller diameter should help with the low frequency. The larger pipe frequency is deeper, so I'm hoping that is plenty enough horsepower. We're going to verify this on the dyno and make sure it still makes its 240 horsepower, whatever it did. The mufflers look nice, but just because this is centered in the pocket, you can see so much muffler here and nothing here. There's like a gap, which looks kind of odd. So I think we're going to ceramic coat these black, which is kind of a shame to ceramic coat something you put so much time into to make it look right. I'll weigh this here in a second. The other one was like 22 or 23 pounds. Still a third of the weight of factory. Moment of truth. You have the analyzer figured out?
Yeah.
I'm ready. we at? 65.
95.
Rev it. Definitely quieter.
Yeah.
From the outside, there's more intake than anything.
Yeah, it has a nice audible VTEC crossover.
Really loud intake. Consider it's just basically the airbox mod and our cold air scoop. Surprised how much sound is.
It's definitely getting more sound with that scoop, I think.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, even with the windows up, start as low as you can.
Much better.
And it'd be hard to make it do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that was its lowest tone right there.
It's completely livable. That's actually really good.
Definitely goes through the gears quicker.
Oh yeah.
756. One thing I don't like to do is upset the neighbors with a loud car, but sometimes it can't be helped. Just how much better that is. Sucker is quiet. So this is day 3 of driving the S2000 daily because I'm trying to find the part that's annoying. Because after a couple of days of driving something, if it has a quirk, it tends to really stand out. And it's terrific. This exhaust is definitely money. If I've got a quirk about it, it's quieter than I really wanted. But quieter is better, especially over time mufflers get louder, so quiet now just means it'll loosen up a little bit. But daily driving it, super quiet. When you get on it, you got all the cool sounds. VTEC is definitely pronounced. With the airbox mod, not only am I getting really, really cool intake temps right now, it's 65 degrees here in Florida. I don't have the Flash Pro plugged in, but intake temps last time I checked it was within about 8 degrees of ambient. All right, 6th gear, 70 miles an hour. At every single RPM point now, we have no drone, we have no deep tones, we have no annoyance. It just has a real nice, crisp sound. And cruising, it's almost whisper quiet. So 3rd gear, 2,000 RPMs. It pulls on the bottom, which is where we were tuning to get the power. 703, cold start, 2,000 RPMs. No drone. Super nice, super crisp. Can't wait to get driving in this thing. Beautiful day. I've been doing this since 1996, and I've built a lot of my own exhaust. I've realized that the compromises are enough to make it annoying. Every exhaust does something better in one particular way, but they all compromise somewhere. I wanted an exhaust to reduce weight. The factory system is 70 pounds, something like that. Most of the aftermarket duals weigh in at 45 to 50. Most of them are stainless. I don't like the single look on an S2000. Obviously having the 2 cutouts in the back and knowing the S2000 has dual exhaust and it fits the whole look of the car, that's something that's important to me. One thing you may have noticed about your S2000 is on a cold morning, when you short shift them from 1st to 2nd, they always feel kind of clunky. It goes in gear, but it doesn't feel really slick like when they're warm. Like right there, so I'm going to shift it at 2300 RPMs. Ready? That kind of a clicky feel. It's pretty much normal. When they warm up, they smooth out. One thing we've found that makes them feel better is changing it to the Royal Purple Synchro Max. Once it warms up, it feels even better. Obviously, bringing the RPMs up a little further between shifting helps them, but that's just normal. Don't panic. Don't feel like it's being ragged on. They all do it. Even when they came from the showroom brand new, I remember driving them, and that's what they did. And I was kind of disappointed the first time I drove one because I was used to a B-Series, which the B-Series shifts just beautiful all the time. So that's just one of those FYIs. So you might think I'm a little OCD. Well, these are the climate control knobs or AC knobs, whatever you want to call them. They're not bad, but as you see, they've got like that weird texture on them. These are from 2008. I had one guy take his car to the dealership and they charged him something ridiculous to change these knobs. I don't know why. I don't know if they just quoted it to take this whole panel off and the steering wheel to remove those. So I did basically a how-to. You're just gonna grab the knob right here and just pull it straight towards you. You gotta grip this thing pretty good and it comes off. Look at that, it's so mint. Well, I know it's kind of dusty in here. I've been driving with the top down, so I keep a microfiber towel in the car because I'm that guy. I'll tell you, I'm probably 2 years away from driving with gloves. I'm making fun of myself, but I know I'm getting kind of weird. So put it on the same way as it came off. You see that D shape right there? Just kind of line it up and then just kind of push it on there. And just gently push it down. Look at that. So as OCD as I am about my radio knobs, see my radio here? Since the last time I changed the battery, I never put the code in. I've got a, you know what, I'm gonna show you how to do this. I don't even listen to the radio, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. You're gonna call your dealer.
The parts is...
All right, I've got an S2000 here. I was wondering if you could give me the radio code.
All right, did you get the serial number?
I don't. It's a 2008. I think you turn it on
you gotta hold the 1 and 6.
Okay. Do you turn the radio on then? Yep. Press 1 and 6.
What? Make sure the radio's off.
Okay.
Turn key on.
Yep.
Hold down to 1 and 6 and power it up. And it should be like 8 digits.
Give me 4 digits.
Is it 4 and then is it blink a bit more?
Oh yeah, it is. Hold on. Let me get the second set of digits.
Is it? Okay.
Yep, so I've got that number. It's an 8-digit code.
Okay, yep, 8 digits.
Okay, so it's 4002.
4002. Okay. 53521.
53521.
Hey,
Perfect.
You got it. My pleasure, John.
I'll call you same time tomorrow asking you the exact same question.
All right. I may be here or I may not. You never know.
I know. I appreciate it, buddy. Have a good day.
Anytime, John. Thank you.
Bye. If you have the older S2000, you're going to have to remove the radio, and there is a code on the radio. You can call the dealership and give them that code and then type it in. Make sure you write it down. Building exhausts, even designing them to be a specific look and a way it sounds, and of course even with a huge weight savings, everything else are compromised. So what I've tried to do here is build an exhaust with as little compromise as possible. £25, actually a little under, so it's almost a third of the weight of the factory system. It's still got a comfortable tone that you can daily drive it and it won't annoy you. This is Jeff's car. This is completely stock. I'm going to get Jeff to drive my car just so you get a kind of a side-by-side comparison. We're going to be doing the package to Jeff's car, identical except stainless exhaust, not titanium, but I want him to drive this just to get a feel of it, see what he thinks. What do you think, Jeff?
Pretty amazing.
You're still sold, right?
It's exactly what it should come with factory.
It just feels like it's got so much more power everywhere,
yeah, that
doesn't it?
mid-range is just insane. You can really feel the hit when even when you're at 3,000 RPM and the pull all the way through.
Even in 6th gear on the highway, I did a bit of playing around, just rolling into the gas. It would accelerate nicely in 6th, which these don't usually do.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Do some side-by-side comparisons.
Yeah.
What we'll do, we're not going to drag race, but we'll start off in, say, 2nd gear at, I don't know, 20 miles an hour and just see the mid-range difference. We'll go side-by-side. What I want to do is a side-by-side comparison in the same gear. I don't want to do any lawn chain or gear shifting because it just adds a variable if one of us shifts faster or earlier. All right, we'll try 4th gear. Try 4th gear, Jeff. All right, 4th gear, 20 miles an hour. You ready? Let's get level. You ready? Go. All right, 3rd gear. 3rd gear. Are you ready? All right, go. Try that again in 4th gear. 4th gear. All right, you say when. We're gonna do one more run in 4th gear, low RPMs. 4th gear. All right, you go. So I knew that was going to be a difference. I didn't know it was going to be that extreme. And it's only 20 to 25 horsepower more. It's essentially an old motor car with some bolt-ons, but the overall package and of course the mid-range is what makes the car so much quicker and so much more engaging to drive and fun at the same time. That's it. That's our naturally aspirated package complete. I'm happy with it. We're going to do this again on the white car. We'll do a before and after. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, hit the subscribe, hit the share, hit the like, and we'll see you on the next video.
Every other dollar that I got in bed, I probably went into the way. I ain't f***ing okay. I ain't liking it, babe. I don't even wanna talk. I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways. I've been stuck here for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays. I've been slayed.